In this video, I channel the Pleiadians, and they come through with a powerful transmission. This is for humanity. And they're talking about the awakening of our telepathic powers and abilities and the codes being delivered to every system on our planet. And that there's a return of the frequency of the age of Lemuria. They also share that some of their telepathic messages are being scrambled right now. And this is happening because we're here to discern the truth through our heart wisdom. They also share a profound practice using plants to activate our own telepathic powers for the next level of your evolution. This is just an example of what you will find inside the Spiritual Expansion Academy. This is where we share live channelings, activations, teachings for starseeds and lightworkers. And if you are ready to step into your gifts and your mission, click the link below and join the Spiritual Expansion Academy. And make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. So today we're going to be channeling the Pleiadians. And when I channel, I don't always know what's going to be coming through. There may be other beings coming through. We just start and then, yeah, then I'll come back, I guess. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I'm thinking I'm staying on the ship. Anyway, so hold on. We have been gathering many beings together, and we gather them together to help the whole as well as the individual. Each and every time that we come through to share messages, we're also sharing messages for humanity. And today, that is what specifically we will be sharing, is all about humanity and the evolutionary energy of what humanity has experienced. Each and every being who dwells on this planet has always had connection with our species because we do hold DNA with you, and so do other species. We are always intermingling energetically. And we had decided as a collective through the councils and federations that we were going to pull away and allow things to unfold as needed. And this is what you have been experiencing. Although there are many beings who have experienced and spoken to many of our delegation. And these beings who are your channelers now, but specifically other beings from other times before this newer time period of this time. When we were working with those other beings, we allowed ourselves to become more present in their experience. And when we decided to move away and observe, we were not completely without connection. So we did communicate with many beings for many eons of time with them through a telepathic experience. The telepathic experience is a very unique energy system for you at this worldly expression. When you are a human being, telepathy is part of your vocabulary, part of your energy system. Although you have disengaged and forgotten how to use those telepathic powers, although they are not powers, you had the ability to have a vocal cord energies and vocal ways to speak. And as we always always communicating with you through that vocal communication, we are also telepathically giving you information. We are downloading to many beings at many times over the time and space, through the time and space, and within your time and space. It does not matter whether this information is relayed through the vocal cords or it is relayed telepathically, because each and every being will receive what they are here to receive. But why we want to speak about telepathic abilities is because as we gather those in the delegations who are overseeing the next level of the species evolution for you, we are activating those powers. And we are specifically using that word power so that you understand that it is more than what you consider a intuitive experience. This is power in a powerful experience, in empowerment experience. And when you experience something so divinely orchestrated as a telepathic expression, you experience it in a full body energy system. And we are communicating with many of you through your sleep states. It is much easier for us to communicate to you through a sleep state than it is to communicate through even a channel. And each channel is also experiencing their own telepathic communications and experiences as well. So it is all happening for everyone. There is not one being on your planetary system who is not experiencing some sort of energy imprint with our communications. We have many channels that we speak through, but each and every channel has a unique expressional opportunity for it depends on how available they are for the telepathic communication. Because when we can communicate that way, it is a simplified energy and it is able to come through with a purer codex behind it. And each and every being on your planet is experiencing all this turmoil because the collective consciousness and the telepathic abilities that everyone is opening up to, they are being hijacked and they are being scrambled. These communications are being scrambled not by some entity out there, but yourselves. This is being scrambled through all these energy belief systems and frequencies that are being bombarded on your energy fields and within the medias that you experience and that you work with on a regular basis. All of this is being hijacked in your reality that is disengaging you from the message. So the purity of the message is always a little off, and that is not by design, that is just by expression at this moment. And the more open the energy system or the channeling person is, the easier it is for us to communicate because they do have to have a very open telepathic abilities. And those telepathic abilities have to be also aligned with their own abilities beyond what the human experiences. Now that we have expressed this and help you understand that there is going to be some contradictory messages coming through over the next few years. Some of these contradictory messages are designed through other entities to again scramble the message. And it is easier to get caught up in the messages that are not unity consciousness, for that holds true to the energy of the earth plane or your Gaia system. In Gaia, there is still a lot of lower energies trying to fight their way into your consciousness. And we don't necessarily like to express it through a fight or battle energy, and there is truth behind that, which is why we have to express it in this way. This is because when your consciousness holds true to you and to your heart, but also truly to your highest beingness, you are able to discern and to understand the difference between the messages that are coming through. Each and every time that we come through, we do code. We have to code because the coding is part of what we are here to do, which is why often you see our healing chambers when you come to visit us. In our healing chambers, we are activating you on levels that are so energetic. The human being doesn't even understand the true power behind these codes. And this is also why we are coding you through the beings that are being channeled or the channelers. And when we are holding that for you, we are being very clear and very concise with the energy. This is very precise. There is nothing haphazard about this energy. We are not going to be sending any frequencies that are not available or cannot be integrated into your systems. When we mainly say systems, we are talking about all systems. You think it is your matrix, you think it is your DNA, but systems are also political systems and belief systems and institutions and corporations and manufacturing and to the smallest, tiniest particle, all the way up to the largest beings on your planet, the whales and the dolphins and the yes, and the elephants. And all of these are being coded because we cannot only open up the energies to one species. We are inclusive in our energies. And when we are inclusive, we only will do so for the all. We will not do just for the individual. And this does not mean that individually won't receive. Of course, you will. And we also hold this as the service to others. Now, that is the easiest way to explain it, but as service to all. When we are in the frequency of service to all, we communicate through frequencies of what you would say is a telepathic experience. But each and every telepathic experience is not necessarily the way that you think about telepathy. It is also, it is also an energetic code. And each and every code is designed with very precise precision. As we have done everything when it comes to even creating new species, planetary systems, all creation is coded with precision. There is nothing left unturned, and there is nothing that is by chance. Each and every code is designed, but they are building blocks. They cannot be one code does one something for everyone, and one code does everything for everyone. They are building blocks. And because they are building blocks, they are energy systems that are coming through that we have designed. And of course, we also work with many other beings. We are the designers. You have the builders build, and you have the designers. Now, there are many species who are part of the design committee, as we say. We are joking when we say committee. We are specifically here to design very intricate codes for the evolution of the species to help you evolve, of course, and to be. You have chosen this consciousness for many reasons. Many of you think that you chose this consciousness to do some sort of mission on this planet. And all of you have chosen to hold certain codex on this planet, which is a big part of the mission. And it is not always the mission that seems logical or in alignment for all of you. We are here to hold this and to precisely give you all these energies and codes. And we do have to activate it through telepathy in some way or another. The reason that we talk about telepathy, yes, it is about gathering thought forms and understanding those thought forms in your understanding and how you perceive it, but that is diluting the true nature of telepathy. Many species are opening up to those telepathic powers, which many of your animals and other beings who have dwelled upon your planet have already experienced. In the Lemurian age, everyone was telepathic, although they were also able to utilize the vocal opportunities with your vocal cords, as you say. And you were able to do both. And this was because we were utilizing those frequencies through the voice channel. When in Lemurian, we were possibly also in some areas activating the plant based systems through these vocal energy systems. What we mean by as possible, it did not happen in every single energy area. There were experiments happening at that time utilizing vocal communication or vocalizing energies, utilizing that for plant expression and plant growth and plant experiences to create new species of plants, new ways to have the plant live and how it grows and how it utilizes the sunlight and how it utilized the soil. All of these things were part of our experiment there, meaning that we were using energy and vocalization, which is why it is not uncommon for beings that are of the plant species to be extremely telepathic because they were created through the telepathic communication. They weren't just plopped into your earth. They were created through this telepathic communication and through sound. And that is what we mean by vocal cord communication. It is a sound, but it is so much more than what you experience now in this world. It is so much more than that, but we will use that as the basis or the foundation to help you understand. Because as you are moving into the next level of your species and evolution, telepathy will come more online. And one of the greatest things that you can do to activate and to align with your own telepathic powers is to communicate with plant species. Now, when you communicate with the plant species, you want to do it through some vocalization, speaking to it, or even toning to it, or singing to it. And we want you to start sending it pictures, sending it information, sending it love, sending it frequency, and speaking to it somewhat through your mind. This will activate some of your powers for the next level. It is easiest to speak to these species because they just absorb it and they just love it and they absorb it with so much vigor and excitement that they can't get enough of it. So they are so receptive, it will help you in your own evolution. You can do it with your tiniest plant in your home and the biggest plant out in your nature environment. And when we were also in Lemuria, we were also utilizing tones and frequencies for the evolution of the water and the earth itself. And there are many other things that we will communicate in future transmissions about this. The reason we are going backward in your time and space is because from this point of where you are on your evolutionary path, you are now coming back to that frequency of the Lemurian age. And some are getting stuck in more of the Atlantean age for lack of a better understanding. But those of you who are ready to become more telepathic and communicate with beings and energies in a different energy system, you will have that ability to do so more than those who are just trying to understand their world through thoughts and through their desire to control the energy, to be in the top dog of the world, to be the ones who are the authority, because true authority will never claim authority. We do not claim to be an authority of your world or even the ascension. What we are doing is we are guiding you and supporting you, and you are responsible for making your own choices. Every moment you are making a choice of what energy you are choosing to experience and be in, and what energy you are moving through. And it is not a perfect dance. There is no choreography that is specific for this dance because you are a unique individual energy system, especially when you are in a human expression. And we do not desire to tell you that this is only way that you're going to get this, the only way that you're going to understand this. If you have a perfect energy system, a perfect dance, or a perfect consciousness. The fun part of your expression on the earth plane is to have all opportunities to see lower frequencies and to still be able to hold love, to experience discontent and discordant energies and still hold true to your center. All of these things are available to you as you move through. You are making choices and you are also responsible only for your own energy system. And you are also helping the collective because anything that is worked within your energy field in the human expression activates and it expands out into the collective consciousness of the human being. And as it expands out into the collective consciousness of the human being, it then expands into the matrix. And as it expands into the matrix, it then develops frequencies within the matrix. And then the matrix then communicates back to the human. So it is a symbiotic relationship. And this is why the frequencies that are service to self or in the energies of control and desire to hold fear in the matrix, they are falling away. And the more of you who are choosing to disengage from that energy, you are helping the collective. So we end this transmission. We hope that this helps you in your own evolution. And we also are very grateful for this time and for you to share this with others. It is important to share this message through the energy of love, light, and oneness. We end the transmission now.